Good morning, beautiful people. Today I wanted to do a vlog. I don't do a lot of vlogs. Every now and then I will, but most of my videos tend to be the sit-down variety where I share something with you. Today I'm going to work. Today is our first day of M-Step testing. Today I have a staff meeting. Today I have a meeting with one of my math instructors. It's just a very, very routine, ordinary kind of day. And I thought, you know what? Let's invite you guys along and we'll share the day together and you can listen to me ramble on and on about whatever that comes to my mind, and maybe I will share some classroom tips with you and something useful throughout the course of the day. So, and if you've noticed that I'm in a really good mood today, I am in a great mood today. I have had 3 good nights of sleep in a row. Oh my God. I feel amazing. I feel amazing because I am not known for being like the world's best sleeper. In fact, usually my sleep quality kind of stinks, but I've had 3 great nights of sleep in a row and I feel amazing. Oh my God, sleep. Is there really anything more wonderful than just sleeping? It's awesome. So I apologize if it's a little dark in here because at the moment it is 5:54 in the morning, which is actually pretty late for me. I've already been awake for an hour. I get up every day at 4:50 in the morning and I'm chugging my caffeine as we speak, and I need to finish packing my lunch. And I wish I had someone here to hold this because I'm wearing one of my favorite dresses right now, and I want to do a video coming up real soon for you guys where I do like a week of teacher outfits. But I have gone shopping at J. Jill lately and I have gone J. Jill crazy. Their clothes are just amazing. They're so soft. I'm wearing what is a really pretty dress and I've gotten a ton of compliments on this dress already because this is not my first time wearing it. But it's like wearing a nightgown to work. It's so soft. I love their clothes. But yeah, so hopefully very soon I'll get that video up where I'm doing like a week's worth of teacher outfits. So with that though, I'm gonna take a pause because I need to pack my lunch, finish making lunches for my children, and I kind of need to clean my countertop because as you can see at the moment my countertop is pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna get all that fixed up and I hope you enjoy spending the day with me. The kitchen countertop is all clean now and you can see it here. Finally got that tidied up. So it's ready for me to leave for work. And I was going to share my lunch with you because for some reason I have people who send me questions, and one of the questions they send me is, what do you have for lunch every day? Which I don't know why people want to know that. It's kind of interesting, I guess. But so anyway, my lunch today is this one, Lean Cuisine Chicken Club Panini. I love these. And I am having my Faye Greek yogurt with the cherries, and then I have a Diet Pepsi. And yes, I know Diet Pops are bad for you, but I'm actually much better. Once upon a time, now this was a while ago, it was like 10 years ago, I used to be addicted to Diet Pepsi. I freely admit it. I used to have a 4 to 5 can a day addiction to Diet Pepsi. So now I only have like 1 can every 2 days. So I have come very, very far. Not ready to give it up entirely. Although about a year ago I did give up pop altogether, and that's when I switched to the Crystal Lights with caffeine in them. But recently my Diet Pepsi has come back to me and I don't feel too guilty having 1 can every couple of days. Although I'm sure I'll get comments below telling me that, you know, oh, Diet Pop, it's the worst thing on earth. It's worse than smoking. So I can't really give it up though. Sorry. Anyway, I'm rambling, which I said I was going to do in this video. I ramble sometimes. Yeah. If you're ever wondering why a teacher you know is complaining of shoulder, neck, or back pain, this is why. I've often joked that when you're a teacher, you're actually part pack horse. This is my 31 bag filled to the brim with heavy stuff. Here is my 31 bag lunch bag that you just saw. Here is my purse holding everything, including my life planner and cute little makeup bags. But honestly, teachers, we're part pack horse. we carry huge amounts of stuff. And this is a good day because today I'm not actually carrying Target bags or paper bags or additional supplies. But yeah, we carry a lot of stuff on our backs every day. It's a lot. Welcome back to my classroom. It pretty much looks exactly the same since the last time I brought the camera here. And right now I'm just kind of tidying up and getting things ready for the day. We do have the MSEP test this morning, so I'm actually going to have a pretty easy morning in comparison to, pulling out the usual amount of work that I would have to do and laying things out. Although I am getting some things ready because this afternoon we will be in class regular time. And I want to show you a quick trick I've learned from one of my colleagues, Ms. Bozhnikovsky, here where I teach. And one of my favorite websites is reallygoodstuff.com. They make the most ingenious teacher products. I mean, you look through one of their catalogs and you're all but drooling. And one of the things I really wanted was dividers so that my students could work at tables, but they're expensive. They're really, really expensive. So this was her solution. She basically took 2 file folders and laminated them, which basically sealed them together, and they all lay flat, and then you simply take a binder clip and connect them, and for free, basically, the cost of folders and lamination, you're able to make this very functional divider. So this way, when I'm doing my DRE2 testing later this afternoon, I can have individual children working at spots, and their eyes are on their own paper, and then when you want to put it away, you just literally fold it all up and it goes completely flat, and it's a piece of cake to store and put away, as opposed to having these giant cardboards now that you've got to find a home for. So yeah, simple, 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 inexpensive, and so functional and practical, and it's a lot easier to put those down one-handed than it is to stand them back up. So I'll stand them up in a moment. And I have to show you what happened to my poor pensive. You guys know I do daily 5. I keep a pensive. My cover sheet is gone. My substitute teacher, who did the best he could, he poured, oh, my poor pensive. He spilled several cups of coffee while I was gone, and so my pensive has been destroyed. But it's so close to the end of the school year that I didn't see a point in making a brand new one. So, but yeah, I love my pensive. This is where I keep all of my notes for my students when I'm having my one-on-one conferences. But yeah, so this summer, one of my things to do this summer is to make a brand new pensive, get a whole new binder, and just get that going so I can have all my running records and anecdotal notes with my students in the reading. And then another question people have been asking me is, where do I get spelling words? How do I collect grades? Because daily 5, it's a system of teaching. It's not actually a program. So it's not like it's a curriculum with a set grading format. It's really how you teach reading in the classroom. It's kind of on you to still collect your grades. So for me, I have here, if I can pull out the books. All right, where did I put everything? We do still have a reading program in the district. We have Harcourt, and so every now and then I will actually do one of the stories from the reading series in the district. So, here's just a standard test. The children would read the story on their own and then do the test on it. And before the children read the book on their own, because the reading book is on a 4th grade level, and not all of my students in the room are reading at a 4th grade level, and that's one of the beauties of daily 5. If you have a child in your room who's reading at a 2nd grade level, they're not going to sit here and be bored all day long while you read a 4th grade book. No, they're going to have a bag of books at their level where they can be successful. But then, you do still have to collect grades because our report cards are not skills-based report cards. Our report cards are old-fashioned A, B, C, D, E. And so, but yeah, so we'll read one of the stories from the textbook. I'll give them like a preview of the story. We'll go over some of the really hard vocabulary words together before they read the story. And then after they read the story, either independently or with a partner, if it's a bilingual child, then they'll do the comprehension test on that story. And that's one way I get a grade. Another way I get a grade is there's a book of holistic reading tests where the reading test itself has stories in it, like 3-4 page story, and then they have to answer questions and do like a written essay. So there are reading grades. I will even turn the DRA2 scores into a reading grade. You know, by this time in 4th grade you should be reading at this level, and if you are, that's an A. If you're reading at this level, it's a B. If you're reading at this level, it's a C. Things like that. And then also with the reading series, there was a spelling book with a set of words. So I just still give out those lists of spelling words every week. Although spelling in my room is mostly a homework activity, there's so much to do in the course of a day. I don't really get to spelling in the classroom. Spelling is more of homework because parents love spelling for some reason. It's something that they can do. So also, I'm curious to know your thoughts on whether or not I should do videos teaching the new math. I know this is a problem for teachers everywhere. Parents don't understand how to do partial product multiplication, how to do area model multiplication, how to do the new long division where it's written on the side. And so I was actually thinking about making videos for my parents to watch so that my parents would actually be able to help my students with their homework. That was an idea kind of floating in my head. I'm not convinced I'm going to do that yet, but I might. I might do that and then maybe send home a note with my students telling the parents, you know, go to YouTube and here's a video how to do these math procedures. So yeah, I'm curious to know what you think about that idea. And so back to the room. I want to show you guys this book. It is like my new best friend. I love this book. This is called Step-by-Step Modeled Drawing, Solving Word Problems the Singapore Way. And I could care less that it's the Singapore way. But I know for M-Step, a big part of the M-Step is the performance task in the math where they have to draw a picture to solve their work. They have to write sentences explaining their thinking. They have to, you know, figure out the answer as well. And I know with my students, a lot of times when you were telling them to draw a picture to solve the problem, they had no clue what to draw. They were like, well, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to draw a bunch of counters? Do you want me to draw apples? What do you want from me? And so this is literally a step-by-step procedure of teaching the children how to draw their math problems. So it's teaching them how to turn the math problem into a table, how to turn the math problem into a graph, how to turn the math problem into a value bar that then breaks down into smaller parts. And I have found this book to be awesome. And there's not a lot of problems in the book itself. It's really more teaching me how to teach them how to draw the pictures. But now with the Everyday Math program, I find that in the math boxes, there's usually a word problem. And so I will immediately pass out some graph paper to them, and we will turn pretty much any word problem now into a modeled drawing. And I love it, and I think the children are really benefiting from it too, because a lot of the problems with the story problem is the students don't know what the question wants from them. So by drawing out the model drawing, it makes it easier for them to figure out, this is the information that I know, this is the information that I don't know, and this is what I'm supposed to answer. So I'm finding that really useful. So right now though, I have to run to the copy machine because for M-Step tests, I've made activity books for the students to do for the ones who finish the M-Step test first. So they'll be taking these activity books with them to the testing, to the computer lab. and this will keep them busy. And then I'm going to have them take a pack of crayons. I'm also going to have them take their bag of leveled reading books from the Daily Five, and I'm probably going to have them take their writer's workshop journals. But then I'm about to go to the computer lab, or the Xerox machine, to make some of these, a few additional designs for them to have, because I already know I'm going to have some children who are going to finish this test really, really fast. And I would love to say that it's going to be my really smart kids who are the first ones done, but it's probably not. It's really probably going to be more the children who are struggling, because they're just going to pick answers at random. So they're going to be the first ones done. So this way I'm going to have lots of things to keep them active and busy while we wait for the other children to finish. So I got to go. I got things to do. The children are finally outside for lunch. They're having the recess right now. We did our first part of the M-Step math for 4th grade. And I have to say, it was not as hard this year as it was last year. Last year, doing that test, it took them, oh my God, some of my students, it took almost 3 hours for them to finish the first part of the test. Today, a lot of my students were done in about an hour and a half. So that is a big improvement in my book as far as that testing goes. And so I'm going to get ready and have lunch. And I've got some of my coworkers. My room's the lunchroom for our lunch period. Somehow it just sort of happened that we all eat in here. And so what I do to make lunch nice in the room is on the table, I make sure I keep this little supply basket. So we always have paper plates, pretty napkins. I've got all the silverware we could possibly need down here. So this way we can have a nice lunch every day, and you're not just eating off of, you know, the little cartons that your food comes in. So I like to have a nice lunch for me and the girls. And if you can hear it, I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but I currently have The Four Seasons by Vivaldi playing right now, because I enjoy classical music at lunchtime. I find it very relaxing. And just now the class was acting up a little bit because I hate testing days. It's actually very awkward, because on the one hand it's like, oh, it's going to be an easy day. You know, you're not teaching, you're just going to sit there while they take a test. But then some kids will finish up really fast and they get real antsy and they start to bounce around. And then a few more kids will finish and now they're starting to talk to each other and you're trying to keep them all quiet. And finally, I had about 20 of the kids come back with me and leave the computer lab while the last 10 stayed and finished up testing. And they, you know, after a big test like that, they don't really want to do anything. So it actually just kind of becomes a big problem, because you're kind of babysitting them and trying to keep them under control, but yet you can't really do anything because you don't have a full class and you can't introduce a new concept. So testing days, you know, for a while they're easy, but then after the tests are over, it actually becomes a pain in the butt. So, but I'm going to go ahead and enjoy my lunch right now. The day is over. The testing is finally all done. Today we had to do math part 1. That took all morning. And then this afternoon we had to do the part 2 performance task, and that took up the bulk of the afternoon. I am so glad that is over with, because the kids, especially after the second part, their behavior was off the wall. They were, you know, mentally drained from all that testing, to the point where when we came back, they weren't in the mood to do anything even remotely educational. They just wanted to play and go crazy. So another trick I wanted to share with you guys real quick, and this is nothing big, but another thing I do to help keep me organized during the school day is I have on my phone my clock. Where's my clock? Right here. If you come to my clock, you will see I have the entire day programmed to have chimes go off. So this way I never am late for lunch or a prep, or I don't forget to pick the kids up when I'm supposed to pick them up. So that's just a really useful thing that I do to help keep my day organized. Yes, Diana? Okay, so if someone forgets something. So she's going to put that there, and I'm going to get ready to go to my staff meeting, because today wasn't long enough. We're going to add on a meeting, because yay, meetings. No, not really. I'm back in my classroom. My staff meeting is over. We went over our NWEA test scores, looking at the data. That's pretty much what we did the whole time. We had a few conversations about things that'll be happening in the school next year. Supposedly our school today at our school board meeting will be voting on Success for All reading program for next year, which I have mixed feelings about because I truly love the Daily Five. I really do. But if we adopt the Success for All program, every teacher must use the program. So I would love to say that, yay, I'm excited to learn the new program, but as you guys know, I'm thoroughly invested in Daily Five. So we'll have to see how that goes. It never fails. The minute you find something you actually really enjoy, you have to give it up. That's just the way of teaching. Every teacher who's taught more than 3 or 4 years knows that programs come and go really, really fast. One question that a lot of you have asked me, whether it was through email or in the comments section below, here is my stack of papers that I will be grading tonight at home. So we have science, sun and shadows. I have a paper on verbs. This was one of the homework sheets. And here is my Unit 4 assessment that I will be grading. And there is no fun way to do it, really. It really is just a matter of, buckle down and get busy. I will say, grade them fast sooner than later. It's much easier to grade papers the day they were done or like a day or two after it's done, as opposed to putting it to the side and looking at it a week or two later. We've all been there. Every teacher at some point is going to go 2 weeks without grading, and then they're going to have like this mountain of papers that they will spend an entire Saturday grading. I've been there. I will say some of the things that I do to try to make grading papers more fun is to use cute stickers, to use stamp pads and cute stamps, and try to pull in the cute factor again. Stickers just makes everything better, I think. So, but yeah, honestly, grading, it can be very monotonous, very time consuming, exhausting. But I like to do it in the evenings at home. If I can get it done at school, that is awesome, because I will say once I go home, I do shift from teacher to mommy mode, and so it is hard to get back into teacher mode when you're at home. But sometimes I will just like lay on my bed and put my tray table in front of me and just grade stack after stack of papers while I'm watching TV or something, because we're women, we can multitask and do more than one thing at once. So I will do that. But yeah, grading, it's funny because when you're a new teacher, you're like, oh, I've got papers to grade, and you've got the stickers and the red checking pen, and you're all excited. 20 years in, I got papers to grade. It's not quite as exciting anymore. It's not nearly as much fun as decorating the room is. So with that, I am going to wrap up today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed coming to work with me today. It really wasn't an extraordinary day. Hopefully I shared some little tidbits with you, some quick things that you can implement in your own room. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me in the future, click that subscribe button, and I will vlog with you again soon in the future.